Welcome to the third episode of the Comfy Talk. I had the pleasure of hosting Mr. Grim and Bubonic, the masterminds behind Omahamaho. Omahamaho is a YouTube channel that produces some of the most random content ever. This episode will explore the channel's origins, what motivates the creators, and you will get to know them more intimately. Now it's time to get comfy and enjoy the show. Alright, so how are you guys doing this evening?
Good, brother.
Doing
Thank you for
great.
having
How
us.
about you?
Yeah, you guys like make awesome content, so I definitely had to make an episode on you guys. Especially like I'm a big fan of your CS mods, and then I think we play tested that one CS map in the mall.
Oh, absolutely. I was glad to have you there.
And then we did a little McDonald's roleplay. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Was that when Ronald screamed with the MG42
I forgot.
and just shot the windows out?
I don't think
Or
you had
the-
the skins on yet. It was just the stock skins, but we are doing the mall map. That must have
Yeah,
been.
absolutely, dude. We always love to have Miss Cinema actors come in the Discord,
Yeah.
but you're more than that, and you know it.
Yeah. So like, how'd you guys get started in the modding and stuff? You know?
Probably started back in Unreal Tournament. It started out just me making maps that had no fucking sense at all in them. It was just for people to play on LAN, like two or three people, and I just became familiar with the Unreal Editor. It was like 2.0 or 3.0 back then, and ever since then I've just gotten hooked on making content that's tailored to my YouTube channel within a popular first-person shooter, such as Unreal Tournament or Quake, or the Counter-Strike. Yeah, that one.
So like you started modding on Unreal Tournament then?
Yeah, Unreal actually.
Oh, Unreal.
Unreal
Damn.
Gold.
And what was your first project on that one?
No, actually, I think it goes all the way back to Motocross Madness 2, when my dad gave me a copy of Photoshop 6.0, and I
What the
learned how
heck?
to modify skins in that game, and I would upload it to mcmmadness.net or whatever, and people would download them. But your question was about Counter-Strike, correct?
No. It's like
Sorry,
in
Jagger.
general, man. Just what got you into modding?
That's what started it pretty much, is back when I realized you can like modify pictures and they'll show up inside the game. I was like, whoa, you it's like you're a game developer, but all you did was change a picture inside a folder. It's pretty dope, and then it just kind of went on from there.
Yeah, cause I've also done like one of my minor mods was in San Andreas. That's probably the first experience I got modding.
Nice.
Yeah, just like changing the shirt, and then I like put a Cannibal Corpse shirt in the game. Yeah. And you
I
just
need to get
run
more
around.
familiar with modding that game.
It's not hard, cause the textures are just flat. All you have to do is just line up the image on the whatever you wanna decal up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So how'd you get into gaming though? Because I think that's pretty much everybody's like thing.
You like PC or gaming in general?
In general, because you can't start modding without getting into gaming.
Josh, you go first.
I mean, I still have the first console that I ever got. My stepdad bought me a Sega Genesis, and of course like Sonic and things like that on there. Um, but that was when I was much younger. I'd say when I started getting serious into that kind of stuff was probably around like the late PlayStation 2, Xbox. That's
Oh
when
yeah.
like Halo came out, and I was actually playing a rhythm game. This was before like Guitar Hero and anything was established.
I know where you're going with
Um,
this.
a game from Harmonix called Amplitude, and it actually had online multiplayer with it with the PlayStation 2 with a good old dial-up.
Which was first, Frequency or Amplitude? I can't
Frequency was
remember.
first.
Yeah, that was on that demo disc that I played at your house. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's probably where it started because back then, uh, I didn't really have a computer for PC gaming yet. I hadn't really gotten into that territory. More of a console gamer. But then as gaming on console became more uh just annoying, I guess. I it's way easier just to do everything on computer. Um some people won't agree with that, which is perfectly fine. Some people are way better with controllers. But I'd rather use PCs. I think I got my first PC when I was like maybe freshman in high school. My first one that could actually like run things.
Yeah, you're
Oh, yeah.
completely justified because that's pretty much how I got into uh, well, not I've been playing PC games for a while, but also because of the same reason that consoles were becoming like these. Uh, they weren't even consoles anymore, basically, for video games, you know. And it's yeah, I agree. You know, PC is where like you actually have real options there for like how you want to like go around playing your games and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
Consoles are getting close to that, though.
yeah,
they
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 are.
want to.
They're
They
like,
just
ooh, I want to join that party.
I
Not
mean,
that they're not doing anything wrong.
Me and Cooper were talking. Well, we didn't really talk about it, but he had mentioned it to me. I actually pre-ordered one, the new console that Steam came out with.
Oh,
It's kind of
yeah.
like a Switch.
oh, the Steam Deck. Oh, that thing looks so
Yeah.
awesome. Cause I don't know if you guys heard of the Nvidia Shield. It reminds me pretty much of that. You know, except
That
it
was just the controller, right?
no, it was a controller with a little screen on it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the original Nvidia Shield. Then it became a tablet.
Yeah, whenever I saw, like, whenever I got onto Steam and saw that they were doing pre-orders for it and stuff, um, I immediately thought back to the Steam machine and how that didn't really. It went over okay, but it didn't go like very well, you know. So I was just worried that it would have that same effect, but I mean, the whole handheld thing kind of gets people on board, I think. Reaches out to a more broad audience.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a bunch of you know, let's call them handhelds, I guess, for the sake, that have an operating system in it, like Windows already, and one of them's like the GPD Win or something. And I don't know how Steam Deck is gonna like, you know, make itself stand out. It seems like it's got its own UI. Instead of just using the straight up or some Linux something desktop or something, you know.
The last handheld was the first PSP. Slamming some fucking Wipeout Pure on that bitch.
Hell yeah, dude. PSP was probably the last quote unquote true handheld, in my opinion.
But if you want to go all the way back, like you asked, I'd say my very first video game experience was probably when my dad would take me and my sister down into his basement and he would play Super Mario Brothers on the NES on this Sony projection TV. It was crazy. Like, it was a desk and a TV, and if you went in front of the desk, you would see red, blue, and green tubes just staring into your eyes. And he'd always be like, "Don't stare at that shit, it'll fuck up your sight." But it was always so cool to do it anyway, because you saw all the colors that actually made up the game. And yep, as long as you didn't look at it for too long. We had to eventually get rid of that. But the funny part also about that was we'd always smell this kind of a weird, funky smell coming from the basement when my dad would play Super Mario Brothers on NES. And we never knew quite what it was until we became teenagers and we were in high school and people asked us to smoke marijuana with them. And we were just like, Oh my fucking god, that's what my dad was doing when he was playing Super Mario Brothers in the fucking basement back in the day. He was getting stoned and fucking playing the old school shit. I might try to do that again with him.
Yeah, if you guys have that projector, that would be fucking cool, dude.
Oh, that thing's gone, man. But it
Uh,
was made out of wood, and it had this like thick. It was like 2 centimeters of glass on top of it. It was an amazing piece of furniture, and it was also a projector, like a Sony projector. It's like they don't. I know Sony still is a really good company, but damn, they really put some attention to detail back then.
it's crazy. They just use 3 color lights, right? Just to produce
Yeah,
an
that's what it
image.
was. You would look into those lights and see the game happening, but all the colors wouldn't come together until you looked at the screen.
Yeah, I used to see those a lot on not the rear projectors either. I'm talking about the ones you're talking about. Well, I mean, I think I already explained what it is, but those were like getting thrown away because the lifetime for the bulb would it would just go out after
Oh
a
yeah,
while.
that'd probably be super expensive to replace, or it'd give you cancer if you open it up or something like that.
I don't think it would give you cancer unless it was.
Just kidding. But yeah, that was a serious piece of technology, and that would be really tough to work on, in my opinion. At least those big tubes. I don't even know what the hell those were, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't have the words right now for what those were called, but like, was a model you had in particular the ones that was attached to a screen, or did you have to throw it on the wall?
It had a screen with it.
Yeah, I thought so.
It looked like a TV, basically, and but there was nothing plugged into it. It was just basically it looked like a TV, like literally, but once you shine the picture onto it, I can't describe it. It wasn't just like a piece of paper, like you would project a old like Revere onto 6 millimeter. It was a lot different than that. It was like an actual TV with reflective properties. I can't even describe it, but I digress.
Cause there are some that it looks like just this massive TV, and there's the projectors on the sitting on the bottom, and it shoots it on like a plastic film. There's also
Yeah, it was sick, dude. We had it. Josh even came over a couple times. We had that until about the end of the first console era. We had N64 and PlayStation playing on top of that. And just to the left of that, I had a PC going. And like you asked earlier, when I got serious into gaming was probably when I had dial-up and I was playing Medal of Honor Allied Assault on PC, and I got the first taste of shooting another person that was running around on the internet, even though it was fucking garbage because it was dial-up. And then soon after that, I got Extreme Paintball 4 and a cable modem, Comcast. It just came to Tennessee, and that was pretty much the decrease of my life because at that point I just started playing hella video games.
I mean, who hasn't been there? Who
Yeah,
hasn't?
that's why we're here today.
Yeah, this is what we're here to talk about. This is actually
Sorry, I just talk a lot.
this is actually a what do you call those meetings where it's like, okay, man, it's time to stop.
Oh,
AA meeting.
alcohol. Yeah, AA.
Yeah, it's AA, but for video games. I'm sorry I had to trick you guys into this.
I'm Charles Jones, and I'm an alcoholic.
But for video games, the video game equivalent of an alcoholic. I get drunk off of this.
Dear video games, Sanic.
Yeah. So yeah, you talk about like having played multiplayer back then. So Josh, what like were your first multiplayer games, including split
Well,
screen too? So
yeah, I was gonna say with split screen, I remember playing a lot of GoldenEye and like things like that on the 64, because I've always lived in like apartment complexes. So as a kid, there were like a bunch of other kids like around my age that were always there. So we're always outside doing stuff, in big groups, like kids should be doing these days. But you know, uh,
Dude,
can't
tell me
play
about the
too much.
PSP multiplayer later.
oh, we gotta talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
that now.
at high
Yeah,
school.
we.
But
I was
there's a
gonna
gap
say.
between that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll lead up to that.
Take your time. I was just mentioning it.
And but yeah, GoldenEye, Mario Kart, obviously. Me and Cooper still play Mario Golf, like the one for the Nintendo 64, as you know. Like we stream that a lot. Um, and this year I actually got my first hole in one. It was recorded. Um, but jumping forward, I played a lot of Tony Hawk online. Me and Cooper did, like Underground and Underground 2. They started coming out with online playable modes, play like skate or you know, uh I think there was actually lobbies where it was just like freestyle mode, and it was literally just like you could walk around and skate, and like there was no objective. You're just in a room skating with a bunch of people, which was really badass at the time. Like, you got to think this is when this kind of technology that we have now is like just starting. Like we still had dial up and shit back then. And then of course, like I said before, Halo. Me and my well, Justin, like the character that that's based on, is an actual person that I've known since like second grade. So we we would always be playing Halo or something like that. Now, in high school, the it's weird that we had mentioned the PSP. It's also weird that whenever I came in here, you commented on my profile picture and we started talking about Metal Gear because in high school, me and Cooper and our buddy Zach, we all had PSPs and we bought Metal Gear Portable Ops, which you could play online, and we had found out how to get Wi-Fi from the school.
I think we had
So
ATV too. We could play
yeah,
it ad hoc. Actually, we didn't need Wi-Fi. That was the cool part.
oh
As long
yeah,
as we
yeah,
were
with
like
ad
right
hoc,
next to each
yeah,
other, it would work.
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, so we didn't even really need a real connection. It was just like it was wireless LAN basically.
Yeah,
Uh,
You
that's
had
the
to be
thing
like
about
a few feet from each other, though.
yeah,
I think that was a missed feature because what's called ad hoc. You're a little kid. You're like, what the heck is ad hoc? You don't think that it's like just local connection.
Oh god, that word makes me think about when I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 packaged with my PlayStation 2 on Christmas. What year was that? 2001, Josh? '02 that came out?
uh, when the PlayStation 2 came out,
Yeah,
that was the one with where you start off at Foundry, right? I think
yeah.
that was
Yeah, yeah, I
2001.
remember that, dude. I started off as Foundry with Bam Margera with my sister, and it started playing CKY the very first time we played. We're like, holy fucking shit, because we had been watching a bunch of Jackass before that. But my
Yeah,
main
yeah.
point was like when I first got that game, I looked on the back of the box and it was like you can play this online with people as long as you have the box. And I was like,
The box.
yeah, it
Yeah.
took me a I didn't I still had dial up at that point, so I couldn't experience it until, Comcast rolled around, but once they did, I got to experience Tony Hawk online play, Tony Hawk 3 at least.
Oh no, I was only playing SOCOM when broadband became regular.
Oh dude, I
SOCOM
remember
was a
that
good game too.
that came out in that big ass box at Blockbuster with
Yeah,
the
I
headset. I
had
remember that.
my stepdad like bought that for me with the headset and everything, and it's like got a list of commands you can actually say to like your squad and
That
Oh,
stuff.
was
in
so
single
cool.
player, dude. Yeah, in single
Fucking
player you could
wild.
do that. That was
Dude,
fucking
it came out
awesome.
right at the same time as Hey You Pikachu.
Yeah.
That whole voice command thing was popular.
Have you guys heard of a game called Spec Ops for PlayStation?
Oh yeah, I actually downloaded that about a
The
month ago.
yes, it's
There's
like
like 5 of them. I don't know which one I have.
one of them is Airborne Troopers, and that one's just a top down. So let's forget about that one. But the other ones like
Yeah,
play they're like prototype SOCOM games, right?
Hmm.
I like it because it reminds me of the Army Men PlayStation games, but it's more
Oh yeah, dude.
uh, in depth.
Yeah, the Spec Ops is just super hard because even if you try to play slow, it's like or try to be like stealth tactical, the enemy still got you even in the normal difficulties.
I like how it showed like when your teammates would die and they're dead for good.
And
like,
then you have to go. Yeah, you have to go to the helicopter and get more people, right?
yeah, and like you would see where your guys are missing. It was pretty depressing.
Yeah, it was.
He's like, he used to be sitting there, but now he's dead, and I'm George Clinton, Bill Clinton, whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
George Bush and Bill Clinton put together.
I'm
as a-
George Clinton.
What were some of your favorite PSP ad hoc games? Like, out of all of the ones you guys got to play.
I think we just played ATV, Off-Road Fury, and Metal Gear Solid. And we played Wipeout Pure a couple of times. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I remember in ATV Off-Road Fury, you could unlock the SOCOM guy. And
Oh,
I
I didn't
forgot
know
who
that.
else. Yeah, and then
That was the
somebody
first
else.
game I got. My mom was like, "You can't play it until we go on vacation."
Wow.
I was
That's
like, "Fuck!" It was like a couple weeks away. I was like,
think
"It's a fucking
the
PSP."
reason, the reason why I got my PSP, I think, was actually to watch the Final Fantasy VII movie that was on there, or the Advent Children Final Fantasy movie.
Ooh,
So I found out
nice.
that you could like
Oh yeah,
watch
the
you could
UMDs.
watch stuff on there. Yeah, because I think me and you both had Beavis and Butthead on there too.
Oh yeah, the first collection. God, I lost all those on a field trip in
Yeah,
school.
that sucks.
That's how old I was when I had those. Fuck. I lost all my games at once. I had like Luminix, Wipeout. I can't even remember the other ones. ATV Off-Road Fury, just pretty much everything. Metal Gear Solid was in there. I try to make all my guys look like SEAL Team 6 from Metal Gear Solid 2. Like that gray drab ski mask.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you could customize. Well, in let's see. So like, if I could recommend you guys some PSP games to play in ad hoc, I don't know if you guys still have your PSPs.
I gotta buy one again.
Me
I've
too.
unfortunately
I
parted
don't
with
have
mine.
to.
I actually put a face plate on mine. I turned it neon green and I sold it to my buddy.
Like, because there was like a bunch of games that I feel that not many people got to play. It's multiplayer and it's like a ton of potential. One of them is Infected, which is a zombie game, and it just has Slipknot music in the background.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking
Sounds like
badass.
something I would have enjoyed. Yeah.
And basically, the premise is you're this guy that who has blood that kills the zombies. It's the cure for the zombie infection, and it just
Oh, yeah.
causes them to
That takes me back
explode.
to like 2002 when Duality came out. Slowly stops the air.
And I that song might have been on
I'm not gonna take it.
the.
Yeah, and the fucking chugs come in. Dun, dun, dun. That's the only one I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know. I'm overwhelmed with like just bringing up any PSP game with like fucking ad hoc, dude. So how did you guys come up with your usernames?
I got mine from. You go first, Josh.
I was just gonna say mine was just like I don't know, just a different way of spelling like bubonic, like the bubonic plague. I've had a few name changes through the years.
You're like Newmark before that.
Yeah, yeah, NUMARK. That was back when I was playing Quake. Uh, also like to go by Fancy Ketchup, just because I don't know.
Fancy.
I think it's just because like me and Cooper and actually Justin and like a couple other people used to
Dine
walk.
in McDonald's.
Yeah, we used to walk from middle school to McDonald's because they were like close to each other. We'd skate down there, and then like for some reason we just saw that the ketchup was like fancy and thought it was funny or something.
Yeah, I was on the wrapper. It did taste different.
I think that's because McDonald's has their own like recipes that they like actually because I heard that's why like Coca-Cola tastes different at
Oh
McDonald's
yeah,
because
dude.
they have like the McDonald's recipe version.
I agree with that.
But yeah, not to get off topic or anything, but that's those are the names that I usually go by, just like the few two or three. Bubonic I just kind of keep.
Mine
So
takes me back to when this actually links to your first question about past of online gaming. I had to make an email address because I wanted to join GameSpy Arcade to play Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, or Paint Brawl 4 it was called. So I was like, well, what I'm doing right now is playing a bunch of Twisted Metal on my PlayStation. So I guess I'm just gonna go with Mr. Grimm, but I'm gonna take the extra M out of the end. Like it's gonna be the actual word. And then I put 746 at the end of that. And that's been my email address for the past, God, I made that when I was, I don't even know, 13 years old.
yeah, everybody
But
has their edgy username. Yeah.
it's just stuck ever since then. I didn't want to change it. And I've been playing Quake for a long time, and a bunch of people know me as that name, so and a lot of people alias in that game. They keep changing their names constantly, and I see a lot of people doing that in Discord as well, and I don't understand that shit. It's just like, just keep your fucking name so I can address you as such, because they keep changing their names. I don't know who the fuck they are anymore. Because I have a bad memory, but that's my fault, I guess.
Yeah, and indecisive people. I think I've only been through 0 name changes. I've always been
Yeah, dude.
Cannibal, dude.
That's good. Where'd you get that name?
Oh, it's pretty simple. So my name's just like born through edginess. All right, so in Mortal Kombat, every C is replaced with a K, and
I didn't realize that.
and I'm a fan of Cannibal Corpse. So just get Cannibal, Mortal Kombatize it, just replace a C with a K, and that's what you get, Cannibal.
There you go. It
It's
works.
just, yeah, and that's all I've been using. Sometimes I'll do Minotaur's Artist, but that's because it looks cool on a patch. I think that's the only time I've done a name change. But just for the sake of getting a cool patch, because I don't think Cannibal on a patch would go well with in public. So
Yeah.
At least with a C.
at least with a C, right? Or somebody's gonna, because I think that's an actual name in Europe, Cannibal. I've googled it, and it's an actual name. And
What's it stand for there?
I don't know. I didn't look that up. I just know that some people surname themselves as Cannibal. And I'm like, well, I don't want
An actual
people.
name?
Yeah, like I don't
What
want
the
people to
fuck?
think I'm from wherever that name originates from.
I think they'd have to be pretty wise to pick up on that.
Yeah,
Have
right.
to do their research. But you never know.
Yeah. So, like, regarding like your gaming history for both of you guys, this question is always hard hitting here. It's been hard hitting for the first and second episode, and
Oh,
it's gonna be
God.
hard hitting in this one too.
Here we go.
Are you guys ready for this? Hold on to your pants, ladies and
Let me
gentlemen.
prepare.
What if I'm not wearing it?
Get
Okay,
your
I'm ready.
blankets and everything. All right. What are your top 3 games? And you can't just like say, "Oh, this series, this engine," or anything like that. You have to say like the game
You
name.
thought about this clearly.
Yeah, because it's just that kind of question. It just overwhelms you. It overloads you. All right, we can start with Bubonic.
Go for it.
Alright, sure. Well, as we've mentioned before, and might be kind of apparent, I do like. I'm gonna include this as just one answer. So my first one is the Metal Gear Solid series. Just two particularly, if I had to pick one of them. Uh, like I said before, it's because it was the first one that became like fully 3D. It brought stealth mechanics to like an entirely new level that no other game has really. A few games have achieved it, like Thief and older games like that, but Metal Gear just has a way of doing things that has impressed me for one, and I'm sure it's impressed many people. Uh, and on top of that, Hideo Kojima is just an awesome story writer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, even in like I think Metal Gear Solid 4, there's a cutscene that's like an hour long. or something like that. Like it's insane. If you have someone that's good enough at that game, you could literally have them. And actually, there was a streamer I used to watch. He doesn't stream anymore, but he used to stream every game in chronological order, in one setting or in one like sit down session, and he would often fall asleep on stream. But but yeah, Metal Gear Solid definitely. Um, even though I don't play it that much anymore, Final Fantasy is uh another game that I grew up with a lot. My uncle had a PlayStation 1 with like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. Uh, so I played those at a young age. Um, I've also got like the reason why I'm mentioning these two first is because I've got tattoos of both of these series on me currently. Um, and
Dude, I wish I had
actually,
video so you could show them.
yeah, and actually well, it's just the on my right arm, I've got the original Foxhound logo with like it says Foxhound across the top, and then down the right side it says Special Forces, and it's got the fox with the knife in its mouth. Um, I've got that, and then I actually have that same thing. I bought a sticker that's like a few inches big, and I put that on the side window of my car. Um, but I do also have a Final Fantasy X tattoo on my chest. It's just the Ject symbol. It's like a little tribal looking J. Uh, and for my third game, I'd probably have to say Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, I knew
Cooper,
you were gonna say that.
I was gonna say whenever I was living with Cooper, he could probably tell you as much as I could.
Just sitting in the living room
I would
jamming
just
that
sit in
shit.
the living. I would just sit in the living room for like I would start up. It was Smash Melee to be particular. Um, I used to go to tournaments for that shit. Uh, but I would literally sit in the living room by myself and like start a 99-minute long match with just three other hard CPUs or whatever, and just see how many kills I could get. Or I would do handicap matches, me versus like two other hard computers. I'd give them like 5 stocks each and give me like 3 stocks. Uh, Run through and try and like speed run the adventure modes and all that stuff. Home run contest, obviously. Um,
Whooping!
yeah, I think I've still got my memory card, my original memory card for my GameCube. I've still
Dude,
got
you
my
should make a
original Game
necklace
Gear.
out of it.
Wow.
I need to do something with it because it's got like you can actually look at how much I think Smash Melee in the actual internal game, it keeps up with how long you actually played the game, like not how long it's been on, but how long you've spent actually in matches actively. And I think I hit around like 600 or 700 hours. And this was in 2013, 2014 when I checked that shit. 'Cause that's when I moved back from Colorado to live with Cooper. Um,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, those are my three. Cooper, you've had plenty of time to think, so
All right. Well, pretty much what I'm gonna say right off the bat is a Quake, because it's
Hell
the
yeah.
game I play the most. I actually started off on Unreal Tournament as a first-person shooter, but later, as I grew up, I realized the Quake 3 engine is just a little smoother. I don't know, I just like it better, and I made a bunch of relationships with a bunch of good players, and I've just been playing for like the past 15 years at least. And I don't really have much more else to say about Quake other than I play it every single day, and it makes me really good at any other first-person shooter I might be playing. It's just the basis. I think Call of Duty still runs on a modified version of Quake 3 Arena because John Carmack is just such a genius. The second one is pretty much a toss-up between I would have to say, God, Wipeout is the second one. That's a racing game, anti-gravity racing game. Just because it's one of the first ones I've played, and it really inspired me to get into graphic design and music making. Also, because the soundtrack of that game was just incredible. Tim Wright, Cold Storage, they made such good music. No, that was one guy, and I still listen to those soundtracks every day, like Message, Cold Comfort, Operatic. He made so many good tracks in that game, and that really inspired me to make Dale's Gun Club have that kind of electronic aspect to it. I owe a lot to Tim Wright, and I don't say that a lot, but that guy was the shit. You gotta listen to if you're gonna listen to at least one of his tracks, listen to Message. That's Messij, on YouTube. Extended mix is good too.
Message.
And also, that was just an amazing racing game. I just love racing games myself, and that had just great controls, amazing response, and like I said earlier, the graphics were just amazing. They gave me inspiration to get into Photoshop and making my own graphics. Then probably the third game would be. I'm sorry, this is boring to say. Probably Gran Turismo is the third one that got me into also more music making. I'm not even talking about like the in-game music, but the menu music that the in-house developers made. I didn't care much for the AAA soundtrack they added in. I can't even actually name a single song from that shit that I remember. I can hum a few, but the real music I remember is like the the Toyota dealership, the Honda dealership, the Austin Martin dealership, just shit like that. And it's just simple ass songs that were simple enough that helped me get a grasp on composing music myself. It's like you don't need to be virtuoso at a certain instrument to make music. You can just insert certain notes with drums and bass and yada yada, and it's your own as long as you're original about it. Those are my three.
So I wanna touch back on Bubonic's mention of the memory card for GameCube. And all I want to say is that every time I hear about the GameCube memory card, it always reminds me that you could put the GameCube memory card inside an F-Zero AX machine, and you unlock all those characters for the GameCube version just by plugging it in and playing a game.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
man.
Yeah.
Simple, like little things like that really make games like widely respected. Just because they didn't have to, like, someone sat down and was like, I'm gonna code and program this. So like that took them time. They didn't have to do that, but it's still really cool. Like, I'm a big fan of like Easter eggs and secrets and like references and stuff in video games or even like shows and stuff. But like with video games and shit, you've got Easter eggs. Uh, you've got all that, like, references to other video games or references to um other consoles. I mean, back in the day when it was like Genesis does what Nintendo don't and all that shit, you would
Yeah,
find
dude.
you'd find all kinds of negative propaganda from each competitor. Uh, nowadays it's not so much, but back then it was really it was really a console war going on. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, dude, it was a gang war.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was.
Eventually, like, you know what? Just band together and make money because it's not fucking worth it. That happened back when Sega left the what was that the what was that console that fucked up?
the Dreamcast.
Not,
No,
don't
it was
say
before
that.
that by
The
Sega.
It was a Sega console, not the 32X, is it?
It was after the 32X.
There was supposed to be a standalone called the Neptune. Is that the one?
It had a disc drive in it.
The
and it
Sega
was
CD?
after the 32X.
Sega CD?
I think it was that.
I'm gonna say the CD and the
And it
Genesis.
fucking failed, and they were like, you know what? We're gonna partner with, I think, Microsoft or something, and then they started making games for the Xbox after that, and they're like, fuck this
Oh,
shit.
that
We're
sounds
not
like
gonna make a console anymore.
that sounds like the Dreamcast, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Dreamcast was the last one they came out with. The CD,
But yeah, that was the last straw.
the CD did kind of do poorly, but that was because it had an outrageous price tag. Like it was known as like the rich kids console.
I think
And
the rich kids console was the fucking. What was the one that had the exact arcade specs, but it was at home?
Neo Geo AVS or MVS, I forget.
It was the Neo
Yeah.
something.
Neo Geo.
Geo.
Yeah.
Neo Geo AES or MVS, because there's two models.
I don't know. I just know it was the Neo something, and it was literally arcade specs at your house, but nobody could afford it.
And somehow like it was supposed to be like a cheaper way to get the arcade games, and ironically the console version or the home version became the more expensive one compared to the arcade carts. You know, think about it. It's like what?
Oh god, dude.
Yeah. I mean, consoles wars, like, they used to be, like, serious back then because physical fights broke out over them, dude. In the playground.
Yeah.
My
It's like,
favorite
it
war
was
was
serious.
Unreal Tournament versus Quake 3.
Uh,
Because also right around that time, that was like 1999 that was happening. You guys can reflect. Think of all of the good console games that were coming out at the same time. Well, it's like I'm on PC playing Quake. I'm gonna go away and play my console. What am I gonna play in 1999?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, well, back in the 90s, everything was for console because PC just wasn't there. It was like, have you seen those, the stock market, little hill thingies right there? So PC was always like at the bottom, and then graphics came in, the 3D accelerators, and PC just went up. It went through the charts.
I wasn't playing PC back then, to be honest. I was still on a console.
I played at the library, also at the daycare places. So that's where I got my PC gaming fix back then.
My very first taste of that was I went over to this guy's house my dad was friends with, and they had these two PCs set up at opposite ends of their house, and they had the very first Doom set up, actually. One of them was in this like bathroom looking room. It was tiny, dude. Like you could only just get a computer in there in your body, and that was it. I don't know how to explain that.
A cubby?
Yeah, it was like that, and then the other person had like a bedroom computer that they could use. And my first experience of that was just getting spawn killed over and over by the Doom machine gun on this one stupid map. I'm sure somebody knows what I'm talking about, but I just couldn't do anything, and they were exploiting the fuck out of it. I'm just, this is not how you show a game to a first timer. But I eventually overcame and started playing Quake, and I love first-person shooters. I'm just glad it didn't deter me. But it's a fond memory now that I look back at it.
Yeah, the thing about Quake and Unreal Tournament, I don't know, what's the factor between fun and skill play between those two? What do you guys think? What separates both of those games, basically?
Movement.
Movement, right? Yeah,
Pretty much movement, and I think if you plug in the right controls, you can get pretty much the same accuracy. It's kind of different though. They feel pretty different, but it all comes down to movement because you can't strafe jump on Unreal Tournament. It's more about scar jumping, where you just like you jump to the left or jump to the right or forward or back.
and also
You
the dodging maneuvers, right? Because I think Unreal Tournament's the only FPS I know that has dodging in it.
Yeah, if you hit left twice, you jump to the left.
And I
It's
think
called a
that's
scar jump.
annoying. Yeah, that thing's annoying.
Yeah.
Because
I
Quake is
wish
much more uniform. And
that's why I've been addicted to Quake for all these years. But I still use Unreal Tournament as a base for making videos, and I still go back and play it because it's just really fun. It's a great game, even though I just think Quake 3 is a little bit better.
yeah, for me, like Unreal Tournament's just like the FPS sandbox. That's how I've always like considered it. You just play it for fun. You're not gonna like go in there and like wreck dudes and feel good about it. Cause
And you can edit maps in Unreal Tournament, at least the older one, and you don't have to decompile the map. You can literally just open it up, add some brushes, and save it, and it'll be in the game
oh, I didn't
instantly.
know that. What the hell?
Yeah, you don't have to like decompile like in Half-Life or compile. Sorry.
Compile. Yeah, that's the thing about making maps for Quake engine games, right? You gotta like actually go into a dedicated editor, do all the magic you're gonna do on it, and then you gotta compile it and
That's
run it.
actually, yeah, I need more experience with that. I've mainly just been doing Counter Strike 1.6 and Unreal Tournament in the past. I'm looking to get into Quake 3 old school, especially because I'm making frag videos and you can, plug your own custom models in. I'm pretty fluent with Milkshake 3D, so I think that'll be easy.
Um. Also, regarding Counter Strike, is that where you guys got started with Omahamaho, or how did you guys get started with it?
Josh, you want to take that one?
Uh, yeah, that's actually uh, it wasn't because of Counter Strike. I mean, I'm sure we were playing 1.6 back then.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
popular.
not like we play it today. Um, I mean, we kind of rarely play it today, but when we do play it, it's uh way different than when we used to, cause just because of uh connectivity and stuff like that. Um, but me and Cooper actually we used to do like stop motion, like little stop motion videos with Legos, and this is when we were like sixth grade.
Yeah,
Probably wasn't seventh grade yet. I think we were in sixth grade still.
those are still on my Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. We both still have our Facebook. Or I still have my MySpace account active somewhere. uh, I'll look at it every now and then when I want to have a laugh at something. But the I can't remember what. I think we just pretty much had like mouth diarrhea back then. We just like we would just say shit and it wouldn't really make sense, but like
We used to have our own secret language.
yeah, it was just made up shit, but it was funny as fuck to us. And at in the end credits, we actually had we actually put in the end credits like starring like I think we just made up a bunch of shit, and then we put at the bottom we put and featuring Omahamaho and others.
You might have said that in Mrs. Graham's class first, did you?
No, no, it was way before. It was way before that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when we were doing the stop motion Lego shit like in your
Oh yeah.
basement. Um, but during that credit sequence, the song that actually played was Cold Storage, like Cooper was talking about.
Oh, it was
Uh,
like sped up though.
yeah, it was the dude that did all the or that did the Wipeout soundtrack. But that's where that came from, and I guess I don't know if it just stuck or whatever because we didn't actually start our YouTube channel until we were in high school because we started it when I had long hair, and that
I will
was
make note of it.
yeah. I had that hair for or the way it was because like in eighth grade it was kind of like
You might as well go
weird.
all the way to the back, dude. Say how
Yeah,
we met in what was it, seventh grade?
we met in
You
sixth
bums.
grade. Yeah, in sixth grade. So the way that um all of our schools worked here in like where we live or whatever. Um, you went to elementary school like normal, K through 5 or whatever. And then the 6th grade was actually like an annex building next to the high school. So, um, the 6th graders had their whole like a whole building to themselves. And at that point, it was like all of the because me and Cooper attended different elementary schools. And then like I met people he knew from there, and he met people that I knew from mine, like Justin and shit. Um, but yeah, so when we got to the 6th grade building, it was kind of like this new experience because it was a bunch of people that you didn't know because you didn't go to school with them. And we had 2 or 3 different elementary schools. I know Cooper, you went to the Discovery School, I think, and I went to
Before
Oakmont.
it was called that.
Yeah. Um, but anyways, so we met because we had the same hall. So they were separated into halls. There was the white hall, the maroon hall, and the gray hall, and those were the 3 colors that like made up the school colors or whatever. Uh, but we both had the white hall, and I think we had like one class together, and we found out that we both watched like stupid shit on E-Bombs World and like Newgrounds and back then when all that stuff was
I think it
popular.
was the Super Mario Twins by
Yeah,
Group X was actually that was the first video that brought us together.
yeah.
The
Uh,
Mario Twins, they look so alike. You ask him for he's like, you ask him for ice cream cone, both them say yes.
oh yeah.
That sounds
uh,
familiar. Damn.
yeah, it's
Group X, yeah, that's
group.
what brought us together.
Those are the guys that did like 55 and all those songs.
Shut the five, now you said the 55.
But yeah, so after that, we I think I don't think we had the same hall after that. Like so we never had the same classes until high school, which I don't think we had the same class until like junior year or anything. We would just like always hang out in the hallways and shit.
Yeah, dude, Mr. Horsley's class.
Yeah.
We'd always sleep through that shit.
But yeah, after we like found out that we all like, enjoyed kind of the same thing, Cooper would come over. I was like just starting to get into skateboarding. Cooper was like just starting to get into it as well. Um we weren't good at it at all. um I eventually kept skating. Cooper skated every now and then. Um, but like I don't know. We had like this. We skated in my garage, and we had this 2x4 that was maybe like I don't know. It was an old piece of wood, and I like just gotten an old candle and just waxed it as
You put
much as I
WD
could.
40 on it.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, dude.
but we couldn't grind or anything. We couldn't board slide or anything like that. And then through high school, it was kind of when we started with YouTube because YouTube didn't become a thing really until we were like in middle school or high school. That's when it first started getting established, and we would just make stupid videos. I mean, you can go back and watch them now, and they're like 14 years old or something like that, 14 or 15, like a decade and a half of us just like going to our local Walmart and doing stupid shit and going to the Mexican restaurant and it's just a compilation of just stuff that we would do. We just decided to start recording it,
I can't even
and
imagine like walking into Mazatlan nowadays with a full on 8mm camera and recording shit like we did.
yeah,
Like the
it's
camera's as big as a fucking purse.
yeah, we were recording with some like big cameras. Like, keep in mind, this was like 2007 or 8 when we first got our YouTube established. Um, but we watched a lot of YouTube poops and shit. So like a lot of our stuff that we first started recording would have some of that thrown in where it would just be like half of a second of something repeated over and over, and then like just adding a couple of effects here and there.
It's mainly just to make each other laugh. We didn't really expect for other people to start watching the channel. I
Yeah,
like
I mean,
originally I just viewed YouTube as the most efficient way to upload a video and then watch it the next day on my phone with my friends while I'm at school. And then we kept uploading videos like that, and eventually people started subscribing, and we're just like, "Well, fuck, we got a channel here." And the
yeah.
rest is history, brother.
Yeah, that's funny because I was gonna ask just about that. You know, like, did you guys expect it to like become this giant community? What it, like what it is now?
I didn't that at the time. No.
No, it was just me and Josh trying to make each other laugh while we'd after high school, we would just go to the park and like roll a tiny shitty joint and smoke some weed and like watch the videos that we had made the night before and try to make each other laugh. We weren't even thinking about each other else, like any other people watching the channel, but it was public and they did come.
Mango papers, dude.
Yeah, dude. The first ones are vanilla.
So I'm looking at the channel, and our first video was 12 years ago, and it was 6.5 minutes long.
Was that Walmart Mexican food?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
and
watch
then
it.
like yeah, as I'm going up, like well, those are one, two. The first four videos are us doing like in like live in person stuff, and then that's when shit started getting real because Cooper made the two Justin videos, and that's when we just that's kind of what kickstarted us as like, all right, this is what we can do.
Yeah,
And
we delved into the whole animation aspect. That was pretty much the first video that dealt
but
with that.
it's kind of cool because like as you go up, like if you go to the very bottom and watch like the first video that's not like that's not too long, like 3 minutes 33 seconds. And then you watch like the PP Po live at Chicago video.
Oh
Um,
my god, I had so much fun making that.
so
Because
we
the funny thing
we
was
made
that
a
that was you go ahead. I'll
yeah.
finish.
I was just gonna say like as you're going up, you'll see like we start to dabble in more and more stuff, like putting more effects and shit, and then like eventually having like upgraded stuff. Like that first PP Po live or whatever, the third video we ever made, we uh took advantage of Chroma King green screen, but we didn't have an actual green screen. We just went to Walmart and bought like 12 big pieces of like lime green poster board and taped
Yeah,
them together
dude.
and
Taped
made
them all
that work.
together.
And like nowadays, Cooper has a big green screen that we can use essentially
But that
like
still works very good,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. If you're on a
yeah.
budget, try that out.
If you're on a
If you go
budget,
to
just
Kroger or
yeah.
Walmart, they still have that. Just get like 12 of them, tape them together. You got a green screen. All right, we're go ahead.
Heck.
That's how we started green screen effects.
Yeah, that's we did that 12 years ago.
But I'd copied that off some kid that uploaded it up on YouTube. Can't take full credit.
Yeah, I used to record videos with my mom's camera when I used to go to backyard shows, but all of that got lost on MySpace because I don't think they let you recover anything from your account unless I.
You can, but I think it's mostly pictures.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Cause I've
Hmm.
tried it before, and I used to like also like making dumb videos like that too. I have one where it's like some stupid like little Lego car where you pull back on the car and it just like accelerates, right?
Yeah,
And then I used to like record little
exactly.
stunts. Yeah, and
It's
it's
badass.
yeah, it was those kind of videos I used to make, and I'm like, damn, you guys were like bringing me back to that. I'm like, shit, I wish I had those
Lego
videos.
motion, man. That's
No, it's not Lego Motion. I just like put the camera somewhere And I would like put one of those long plastic curtain things, like, and it would be like the racetrack, and I would like make it jump into the couch.
Oh
I
yeah.
That
used
sounds like
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
used to do. I used to have this Dave Mira BMX action figure and just a mountain of VHS tapes that didn't have any like logos on them. I would when I first got a video camera from my dad, the first thing I did was just videotape him crashing into these giant ass towers of VHS tapes and just crumbling, and like he would ragdoll everywhere. And God, I mean, bless his soul, because I know he's no longer with us today. But yeah, that's probably the first video I've ever made actually with a camera.
I mean, what else are you gonna do with a? Oh shit. Like, what else are you gonna do with a camera as a kid, dude? Like, aren't you just gonna like record something dumb,
Yeah,
some nonsense?
I eventually just broke it. I think I
Oh
dropped it down a staircase,
no way.
but other ones came.
Um,
The other not too long ago, um, Cooper actually still has some pretty old footage of us when we like first met, pretty much. Actually skating at the apartments that I live at right now. Like this is when we were in sixth grade, something like that. Um, and I can I can piece together exactly when it was because of this hoodie that I was wearing. It's like an old blue element hoodie, but I still have it, which is insane. It's in really good condition. But yeah, Cooper has really old footage of us that uh hasn't been released to the public. That's just me and him. But I don't know, maybe one day we'll put some bits and pieces of it in a video or something.
yeah, you guys should definitely do something like that because it's it's pretty good to like reminisce on stuff like that, even if it's like little things. You know,
Yeah.
can't lose it.
We we were the little things.
Yeah. For the Omahamaho, I don't know if you want to call them Omahamaho characters, but like, how did you guys come up with them? Like the Mumbatan, I forgot what you guys call him.
Mumbutu.
Mambutu, that guy. Like, how did you guys come up with those characters?
I really just don't remember, because one day I just sat down. I feel like that's really when Omahamaho got on the track it's on now. I was still in high school and I made Mumbutu gets down on the skins. Um, I remember my friend Zach. He sent me this video of a guy named Mutombo Ukembe or something. He played for the NBA. He was just this giant dude that would like smack the ball out of people's hands, and he had a commercial for it at one point of him just like smacking random shit out of people's hands, and he was funny as hell. So it's just like I looked up a picture of him online. I got a picture of his face, and I went to the what was it called? I morphed his face in Photoshop and just made it look crazy. And I don't know why, but I just had the feeling to paint him blue and put a like an African hat on top of him and give him a what's it called? Oh, what's that called? Fuck, can't remember. I should know this. That's disrespectful on my part.
It's your lore, man. Come on.
Here we go. I made that blue. I can't even remember why I wanted to make him a drummer, other than the fact that, oh yeah, actually I do remember now. It started off with a soundtrack that me and Zach, I mentioned earlier, he was over, and we just made this soundtrack of just we I don't even know what we are trying to do, but he just kept fucking hitting the drums, and I started hitting the drums really fucking fast, just like me and Josh did. But Zach was there for that time for some reason, and I think some parts of Mambutu's voice is actually Zach. He doesn't even realize that. But Josh also that I can't even pick it out. It's so fucking old at this point. It's hard to remember. But other than that, it was just really my first time of going free with a video editor and seeing I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can make him just slam on the drums and scream, and all these people in the audience can look like they're fucking stupid at any time. And it won't take that much because it just takes a little diddle daddling in Photoshop. And that video is really not that impressive, but it really, you know, got some people interested.
I was gonna say, if you look at like where that video is, and then you look,
I forget it so bad, dude. Right back.
if you look before that video of Bambutu gets down to skins, that was 9 years ago. Every video before that, the only ones that are animated really are the ones that include Justin, which I think are only like a few of them. But after that, that's when we had like the like we had those short videos where we actually like dressed up in the orange and green suits um in the Quake mod. And let's see, we had, I don't know, we just had more animation after that because pretty much because of that Mambutu video. um and there's like a big section where we were coming out with a lot of music, or not really coming out with a lot of music, but we were posting a lot of music that we'd already had. We just didn't really want to post it anywhere else. We were already familiar with YouTube and kind of agreed that, hey, this is where our fan base is gonna be, so we can just make album art like for each song, and uh put that with a song and just post it.
Yeah.
And I mean that's kind of what started our channel to be kind of like infused. Like sometimes we'll upload music, sometimes we'll upload a video from like a video game or something. Sometimes we'll upload something like in real life, like live action.
Yeah, dude, variety.
Um,
Dashiki was the word I was looking for earlier.
oh yeah.
Mabutu wears a dashiki or tashihiki.
I mean, I think that's still badass though, because like all of this just seems like spontaneous, and then like it just became this huge thing without you guys even like expecting it to.
That's
like,
how basically
that's
Cardboard
basically,
Space Navy got made.
I think
We
that's the
basically
origin
just
of
like
everything.
good.
I think that's the origin of like anything that's like pretty cool right now, or even back then. Everything's just spontaneous.
I'm glad you picked up on that because basically when we made our videos, we mainly focused on just like wardrobe and where the camera is going to be set up. If it's going to be green screen or live action. And then after that, we would just literally spontaneously record scenes like on the spot. Like we should do this or do that. We didn't really have a script. Like after we recorded a scene, like somebody would be like, you know what, this would be funny if we did that, and it would go to there, and then within a few minutes we had a video. Even though production value is not really that high, that's how it happened.
I mean, I think the production value part is irrelevant because you guys like, it's just like I think I've seen some of the videos and they're pretty funny as hell, dude. Like even if it's like something that doesn't have like like a plot or anything, it's just like, oh wow, like this is like it's happening. These guys just did this. No plans or anything.
I feel like it's something for people with a short attention span like I have to enjoy.
Yeah, and then these days,
I really have one.
yeah, these days people like make content with the intention of like trying to get somewhere. It's not like.
Oh yeah, they want people to like watch for 30 minutes and watch their advertisements and give them money and like just get a fucking job.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Honestly, I'm jealous, but
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah. There's some like something to like be like you want to be those kind of people that got lucky and like the right people. You got the attention of the right people, so now they're gonna give you money to like continue doing this. But
For some reason,
I
we
don't
we
know.
never really hit the algorithm. For some reason, I don't know why, but we still got a plethora of subscribers that we're happy about. So that's still good.
And then now you guys are like doing like the Counter Strike stuff right now, right? Or has that been going on for a while longer?
Yeah,
Uh,
we've just been playing Counter Strike for a while, just like any game that's easily accessible for most people in our Discord, and that's one of them because it's like what $5-6 on Discord and not Discord, Steam, and it's easy to mod, and we have custom Omahamaho content on that platform, so why not?
that's basically like your merchandise right there. I mean, you're not making profit off of it, but it just makes it easier to like for like your audience to like have something tangible, right? Like,
Yeah,
hey,
we're
this
just
is
trying to build something. I'm not trying to like put us out there and make money, at least yet. Yeah, but I don't want to sell out or anything. Like I want it always to be legit, and it's always about the people that want to watch our channel and what they want to see. Because I'll
and
get a job on the side and support myself. And like I said, once Omahamaho started, it's always just been about me and Josh making each other laugh and uploading stuff that we like to see ourselves. I don't really give a shit about the whole money making thing.
Yeah, cause that's what I appreciate about like what you guys have been doing. And then the way it evolved, it's like pretty organic. It's not like you guys like fucking laid out this whole thing like, all right, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna get here, and now we're here. It's like it just evolved by itself.
Yeah, it did. Still has a long way to go.
Yeah.
Josh, you still there?
Yeah.
So,
There's still a lot of
here's
videos
something.
on deck.
You guys are still making more videos.
Yeah, I'm about to have to find a new job though,
Oh,
because the whole
okay.
COVID unemployment thing's happening, which I'm happy it is.
There's some people that wouldn't stop working until this happened. By the way, so it's I don't know. I'm kind of
Respect
happy
for
for
them.
those people, dude.
But there's a lot of content that was started after COVID started, like a shitload of songs, videos, etc. And I'm gonna have these polished and finished off in at least the next month before I have to join the corporate game again.
Yeah. Um, you guys have made skins for Counter Strike. Are you guys considering making any for Quake 3 Arena, or do any exist already?
Yeah, I was actually talking about that the other night.
Oh man.
One player asked me that, and I don't think it would be really any different. Just it wouldn't be any different except for learning the extensions. It's pretty much the exact same game, closely. You just have to learn a few different quirks. So the answer to that question is yes.
That's badass. I'm gonna look forward to that. Yeah, because I'm still looking for like things to do with Quake. Because I was doing map making for a bit, and then it's just kind of stressful, like having all these ideas and wanting to get them done. And then, but then I also want to like play games, you know. Uh,
Yeah,
you
I'm the
know,
same way. It's hard to pick up, man. That last map took me what 3 years to make. But if I would have worked continuously, I could have got that done in 6 months. But it took me 3 years because I was just like, I just don't want to work at this at some points. I just got out of it. But I was also making other videos and crap, so I don't know.
Yeah, so like, are there any games that you found more fun modding than actually playing?
Probably Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. 'Cause like,
Mobutu's
uh,
Revenge and that other one. God, I have a bad memory.
No, we've got a few. I mean, I think whenever you were gone, I was mentioning um the videos were like in the green and orange suits with like the Redeemer and all that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Garrett gets his. I think Counter Strike might be a respectable answer to that as well because I just found that's a game that most people like to play in my Discord, and it's easy to mod. And but I never actually play Counter Strike that much, to be honest. I really don't. It's something that I can use to get closer to my community, and we can play modded models and maps and blah blah blah. Because a lot of people aren't tailored to play Quake, and I do not disrespect them for that.
yeah, yeah, because like Quake is like this. It's still like, regardless of how good of a game it is, it's still pretty niche, and I don't
Yeah,
know
it really
why.
is.
I don't know why. It's just why, you know.
It's just the same 50 people that's been playing it for the past 50 years, and they're all dickheads, and it's hard to get into, honestly.
Yeah, like if you look at the people that in the comfy guys, like you'll find like anybody that plays Quake in the server, you'll find them in the other like more popular Quake servers. It's like, damn, you know, it's
That's
a
what I like to do, is going to the 20 player servers.
yeah. There's a I think how did I find out about your server? I think Plutonia invited me to your server because you guys were playing I think Counter Strike. I can't remember. I don't know if he wants to join the voice and talk about that.
It's up to you.
Let me see. I'm gonna invite him, and then if he wants to speak, he could join. Cause he's what he's a catalyst of this episode happening. By the way, I wouldn't even like be aware of your
He's
content.
been in our Discord for probably more than anybody that I remember. Weasel's been among his ranks. Spike has.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Oh man.
None.
Alright, so this is the free talk segment. So let's just shoot the shit. And like I was
What's the
saying,
topic?
yeah, this is the the penultimate
Yeah, I've
stop
been
on
listening.
on the train.
Yeah, I mean, I remember inviting you. I think someone on the. Well, I'm not sure how if I should be allowed to talk about this because the Discord is kind of. It's a private tracker. It was a private tracker Discord. Let's just say that. And someone there was actually hosting Quake 3 games for a bit, and you participated in that, and I did. I actually invited Cooper onto one of the games one night, actually.
I remember that. There's some crazy ass maps.
Oh yeah, he had this whole map and model pack.
We went to a
too.
rat map, didn't we? Like
Rat.
like Rat's map, where like it was a giant living room and we're all tiny.
Yeah, it was like a giant kitchen.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was fun. So yeah, I mean, I thought that you would be interested, and I thought that Arthur here would be interested in Omahamaho type stuff, especially with the whole retro game, retro FPS aspect of it. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
really,
Pluto.
Yeah, he
We
hit the
wouldn't be
nail.
doing this if it weren't for
Welcome,
you, I
man.
guess.
I know, thanks.
Yeah, dude, like you hit the nail on the head, because like that's basically like how I became a fan of like the Omahamaho content. But initially, I joined just to like play like old school FPS shooters with you guys. I'm like, well, this looks cool. It just looks like like a cool community, and then out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, this is a Discord like based on the YouTube channel. And then I
Yeah,
look through the videos, I'm like, damn, this is fucking cool, you know?
I
Like,
want to touch all the bases:
Yeah, I think someone
video
else from that
making,
Discord also
music
joined.
making, game making, and anything else in between.
dude, you know, like that's you know, another topic we could talk about right now, like music making, because I know well, actually, I don't know. I just know you for your Omahamaho stuff.
Dale's
But
Gun Club and PP Po. PP Po came first,
and for those of
but it
the, you know, like you know, we gotta like remember that we can't assume people know what Omahamaho is, because that's the point of this
that's
Yeah,
episode.
true.
exactly.
You know, so let's take that opportunity right now and talk about it. So, you know, who's qualified to like talk about the baseline of Omahamaho, of what it is now, compared to like how it started?
It's just like it's basically come to the point where I'm trying to entertain people. Me and Josh are trying to entertain people with videos, whether it's live action or animation or machinima, music, whether it's really fucked up, crazy music or music that we think are serious, which is PP Poe and Dale's Gun Club. Those are two very different,
Respectively.
yeah, groups that we have. One sounds fucking insane, and the other one sounds like legit. I mean, at least I say so. And then there's the whole gaming aspect where we try to get a Discord group together based on what people want to play the most. And what I've found in the past, it's mostly Half-Life based games because we're on Steam and that's where it goes. But we are open to pretty much anything else people are willing to download and meet up in Discord and voice and play. But Discord's Omahamo is pretty much just all those three or four things together.
That makes you guys a pretty versatile group. So like people could just join just strictly for the games, or they'll just like follow you guys back from the YouTube content.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
exactly.
there's YouTube channels that have been doing that a lot better than we have, that have like millions of views and shit. But
I don't think that's
I don't know where I'm
important,
gonna follow up with that. But yeah,
cause like we're here, dude. You guys like started this, and now it's a like a big community, a
yeah,
family.
2008, Omahamaho was formed on YouTube. So if you go up look at the like Omahamaho goes to Walmart videos, like Josh said earlier, they're fucking old as shit. 2008, 2009. And we're still trying to keep that spirit going.
Yeah, those videos are kind of like, uh, and obviously they got us started, but at that time we still didn't even know, like, those videos were just us recording each other so that we can make each other laugh a bit, like, the next day, or for the next week or
Yeah,
whatever.
YouTube was still pretty new and exciting thing to us back then.
Yeah,
It
next,
was
like I
like it
said,
was like 3 years old at that point.
we didn't have it really. We saw it start, and remember all the old videos, like the first viral videos and stuff. But those first, like, I'd say 5 or 6 videos that we posted on Omahamaho, they were pretty consecutive. I mean, they were all posted pretty much one after the other. And they kind of defined what the channel is now, I guess.
Yeah, dude, I
Um,
wish I could still have that game plan.
yeah, it's harder
Back then, I didn't think
nowadays.
much about quality. It was more about quantity. And I think the quantity helped us out as long as we still put a little bit of quality into it.
Yeah, we also had more time, obviously, with being in high school. We didn't really have
Yeah,
to, like, we were just now starting to, like, planning on getting our first jobs and everything. Like Cooper was
Papa
driving.
John's.
I was getting ready to start driving. So like at that point, once we were given vehicles and like licenses and shit, then we were just like, all right, this is our key to go do like whatever we want. Like we can go straight after school, go record shit, get high at the nature trail or whatever, kick a soccer ball around for like an hour or two.
Back when we first started, we didn't even smoke weed or anything. We just ate a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, that's another thing. We didn't really even start doing that until like senior year.
But
Um
basic, go ahead.
I was already smoking weed at the time, but I didn't think that Cooper smoked, so I don't even think you did smoke, but I was smoking weed anyways, like maybe my June or my freshman year, I think, of high school, maybe.
It was probably
Maybe
sophomore.
yeah. Um but yeah, like nowadays uh we have such different schedules, I work at night, um and there's other things to take care of, so we don't have as much time and I guess not really have as much energy. I mean, we're fucking double the age pretty much we were when we first started recording that shit. We were like 15, 16. I just turned 29 this month and like yeah, Cooper's 30. We've been doing it for a long time.
That's pretty cool. So we're all in the same age range,
Yeah.
and I think that's what
Yep.
makes like all the humor very appropriate.
Oh yeah, it's cuz and it's cool talking to like people that are our age cuz I've noticed that a lot of people are a little bit younger, which is cool, but like, if we spouted out some kind of references, like, like who's gonna know what ad hoc is if they're 22 years old or 23, Like whenever we started talking about that and started talking about the PSP and shit, like, we all had that same spark of like, oh yeah, I remember that clearly because I was, that's when I was a teenager.
Okay,
So
boomer.
like that's cool to talk to someone around our age group. Not to say that we don't enjoy talking to people younger or older.
Yeah, because the like another thing we gotta like look at is that the humor from back then is gonna be different from the humor that's going on for kids or like people getting into age.
You could be a lot more offensive back in like 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
If you
more.
go on G2, like G4 TV back then, like that's all they pulled on was like all this crappy offensive humor, and you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, people were far less sensitive back then. That's the thing.
Yeah, I made a video that made fun of Korean people in high school, and it got the top grade in the class.
Oh, I remember
Whoa.
watching
Yeah,
that. You posted about that not too long ago.
it was a ping pong video for a I don't even remember what the fucking class was, but I got the top grade, and everybody thought it was funny. But now, if I played it, I would probably get like sent to juvenile. Back then, it was just funny.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing, dude. Like I don't know like where the who put their foot down and said like all right, anything that makes fun of this, like, oh man, I don't know, dude. Just why did people become so sensitive, basically?
Nah, I don't know. I don't really want to get into it, to be honest.
No, yeah, that was like more of a rhetorical question because it's like, why, dude? Like,
It definitely happened, that's for sure.
yeah, talking about PSP though and ad hoc. What was I gonna say? I don't know. There's like a bunch of like cool stuff that you could do with like gaming back then. If we're gonna like spin the wheel backwards. Did you guys
Hooking
know
your
that?
Game Boys up to each other.
Oh yeah, what generation was it? The GameCube and PlayStation, I think, were the first that let you connect your consoles together and get cool cross content shit. Like in Soulcom, if you beat a certain level on the PSP version of the game, the map becomes easier for the on the PS2 version or vice versa.
I never tried that.
Yeah, it was called the crosstalk, and then you could also unlock like custom skins and stuff. That way, I think if you reach a certain rank where you beat the game on PSP, you unlock the evil bosses as skins in the multiplayer. And then I'm
Wish I
pretty
would've
sure.
done that.
Yeah, that was one of the features advertised too. Um, and then on GameCube, I think it was more popular on GameCube because Nintendo, you just say Nintendo, it's like, oh yeah. Like Animal Crossing had the Game Boy Advance stuff. And then there was also the Four Swords where you connect four Game Boy Advances and you just play the game like that.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing the commercial for that actually.
Yeah, and then because there was a separate game too.
They had the GameCube had that dock as well where you could just play like a Game Boy Color game just on your TV.
Oh, they had that on Super Nintendo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
No, they're pretty good. They were pretty good about doing all that stuff. I'm kind of sad that we never got the what was it, the Nintendo DD, the disc drive.
oh, in the States, right?
Yeah, because it had like I've seen people like play some of the stuff on there, so it's not so foreign anymore. But like they had like the new Mario Paint on there, and there was like an animation feature where it was basically just flipbook style animation. It's so cool. Like having that as a kid would have been so fucking entertaining.
I think the one of my favorite games on the DD that I discovered was F-Zero because you can make custom maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the disc drive.
Yeah, it would have been really innovative. It's a shame that it got region locked and practically failed.
Yeah, and I also heard that the Mii's from the Wii they were prototyped on that right there on the disc drive, I think.
Yeah, yeah, they were. Um, yeah, it was insane. That's where I think they were supposed to come out with a 3D version of like the Mother series, like Earthbound, Mother 3. I think they were supposed to have a 3D like version of Mother 3 on that.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't know about that one. Um, I think the only one I would know, but I think it's common knowledge now, is the prototype Star Fox Adventure that was supposed to be for 64, but that's about it. That's as far as I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so everyone has to do an impression of Hulk Hogan saying "brother" again. Yeah, just to fill in the time.
Let me tell you something, brother. If you don't come in and enjoy the comfy guys, then at least the next minute or so, I'm gonna pound your ass and your knee bones so hard that you're gonna be fucked for at least the next 5 months, brother. Oh yeah, brother.
That was pretty good. Yeah, and then that's what makes your content awesome. It's just like don't hold back, dude.
Yeah, fortunately, we had the opportunity to record in places that enabled us to scream as loud as we can. I hope that will continue. Currently, it is so, as you just heard. But I think that's one of the things that sets us apart, is we're able to scream as loud as we. What?
And the neighbors aren't gonna like think anything.
I
about
can't
it.
hear me.
That's awesome.
There's no way.
No, yeah,
Unless I open a window.
Yeah, if I do that here, dude, like the neighbor, like we have the door open right now, the neighbors are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I used to like sing along to Cannibal Corpse
Shit.
or like some other death metal shit, and then you would just hear the neighbors be like, what the fuck? You would like hear them talking.
Yeah,
I can
I
understand that,
can't be
dude.
real. I gotta be kind of quiet for talking because my mom literally she's literally sleeping right behind my monitor. Well, like the wall right behind my monitor.
Oh damn.
Then it's time to wake your mom up. My name is Bambutu Urumali, and I play the drum. Oh yeah.
Oh hell
I
yeah.
have Mambutu as my avatar on that private tracker website, by the way.
Josh, can you do Mikey J right quick?
Uh, I can't do the scream part because I'm in an apartment, but I can do the Shimona hee hee.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
I was Mikey J in
Sounded
the
just like it.
Counter-Strike map trailer vid.
Oh yeah, Pluto was in that.
The next day, like the next morning, mom asked me what the hell I was doing that night.
You're making history.
That's actually that's the video that actually like made us take off. I think that video was featured on Smosh or some shit.
Oh
Oh
shit,
yeah,
no
they
way.
did actually. They uploaded that to a video called. They made a playlist. This was back when they had playlists on their actual website instead of YouTube, and it was called. I think it was called Internet Videos That Don't Make Any Sense, word for word. And we were like pretty far down the list, but it was on there. And we discovered that after like Mikey G got like 100,000 views, and we're just like, why is this happening? And it's pretty much because Smosh put that on their site.
I never
Yeah,
knew this until now. All
I
I knew
forgot
was
about
that
that
like
until Josh mentioned it, but
it's
that's true.
I
it's
knew it was
crazy.
like a somewhat popular YouTube poop
Oh, they
Yeah,
were
video
fucking
source.
huge
there
back
were there
then.
were there were people that were taking that video and like basically like songifying it, like making them just into different songs using like just that same video, but using it as musical notes and
Yeah,
shit.
you can
Kind
still
of like
find those on YouTube, like a bunch of Mikey J parodies.
and
It's perfect for that.
nowadays it's crazy. Me and Cooper have both like individually found like there's like these people that do like the you laugh you lose things like on Twitch or just like the videos or whatever.
That guy
And
saw you shitting.
yeah, me and Cooper both like he found someone, and then like months and months later, I found like I was just watching it. Uh, but yeah, like one of the videos was the remember the last time you used the public restroom video, and like there's a lot of people watching those. So like
That's
that
our most viewed video,
yeah yeah
which we're proud of it, but at the same time, like it's based on a meme, and that's why it's so popular.
yeah
And that brings a lot of views to our channel, and people don't seem to mind that our other content is not meme worthy, but it's just not as popular. But we're definitely thankful.
yeah for sure. We've got a few videos that are more popular. Obviously, the later of the two are like our most popular ones, but like even like there's a snake in my boot. That one's got like tens of thousands of views for some reason. And
Yeah,
there's a few videos with, like
that
30
one's
or 40
more
views.
original, but at the same time, like I wonder how many people would have watched that if it didn't have to do with Toy Story, which was like $1 million blockbuster, you know?
If you search, there's a snake in my boot. It's like one of the first videos that comes
Yeah, it
up.
is. It really
Like,
is. I think
it's
it's
weird.
second or third.
Yeah.
Here, let me test that. Where's YouTube? There's a snake in my boot. That's what it's called.
Yeah, you just type
Yeah,
there's a snake.
just try
I think the
typing
first
that.
I think the first video is probably just Toy Story, like of someone like he gets his pull string pulled and it says there's a snake in my boot, and then like there's that.
Okay,
And
it's
obviously
the sixth video. if
But
you
like,
go
It's the
down.
7th for me.
Yeah, 7th for
obvious,
me.
but obviously, if you're like
Oh
scrolling,
shit.
if you type that and you
Not
scroll
too bad.
through, like that one like catches attention. So it's like,
It's because it's colorful.
yeah,
As big as YouTube is, you don't have to scroll down too far. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, like a few
yeah,
scrolls and you're there, dude.
2013, Jesus.
yeah.
That was 8 years ago.
And the thing is, like, people look at all these videos with like millions of views and like hundreds of thousands of views, and it's like, oh yeah, it's a popular video. But like, you got to think about it in like a person perspective. Like, 13,000 or 14,000, whatever it's at now. But that's like what it was at last time I looked at it. Um, but like, if you think about that many people being in a room
We're a
or like
cult, dude.
in a like an auditorium or something, like that's a lot of people. Like, even that's why um I've had people who aspire to do YouTube stuff that have asked me about like my channel and stuff, and like, they're like, oh, how do I start getting thousands of views and blah blah. And I'm like, well, even if you're getting like, you know, 400 or 500 views, that's still a lot of people.
We
If you
met
actually think about it.
Great for Kids, who we collaborated on. I don't know if you've seen Splark and Captain Flosmos.
Yep.
That's two guys we actually met at work.
Yeah, we worked with them.
Yeah, we all came together and got a job, and that was Ernie and Jonathan, and we made that video. But the way we met initially was he saying that I think it was Jonathan saying, "Dude, we saw Mikey J on YouTube like years before we even met you, and that's fucking badass." And then it was like,
Yeah,
"Let's fucking collaborate, dude." And we made Splarg and Captain Flosmos.
yeah. Whenever I first got the job there, everybody, like, people already knew who I was just because of that, like those videos, like either the Mikey J video or the video of me shitting. Like, literally, the a dude that we met, or a
Yeah,
dude that
dude,
I
I
worked
hyped
with,
you up well
a dude
before you
that
got hired.
one of the
And
dudes
by
that
the
worked
time
with
you got
Ernie.
hired, everyone was like, "So this is
This dude
Josh."
took a
Yeah,
shit on camera.
that's exactly like my first day of work. I met Tyler, who worked with Ernie, and Tyler was like, "Oh, you're the dude that took the shit. Hell yeah, dude, I'm Tyler." And I was just like, "All right, well, they know me, I guess." And then I was working in Jonathan's department, which was cables, and like the first week I worked there, I didn't really say much to him. And then the next week, I came back there and asked him about something. I was just like, "Hey, where does this go? What do I do with this?" And he was like, "Wait, you're the Josh." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Like, he started, like, he's like, "You're the Josh for like the Mikey J scream and like the video of you shitting and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh fuck, dude." He was like, "Fuck, dude. I didn't even like realize it," because he's kind of like me, like at work. He just kind of like puts his nose in whatever he's doing and just ignores everything around him, like just kind of turns into a robot. But
Dude,
like,
he knew about you like months before you even got hired.
yeah, it's weird. It's crazy. And like, I don't know. The one thing that I haven't had happen yet, which I doubt will happen, but that will be like the one thing that will boost my ego, is like getting noticed in public or something. Like, if someone's just like, "Hey, are you that guy from the public restroom shitting video?" Or like whatever.
I think uh, that'd be pretty impressive.
That would fucking that would just be it for me. I'd be like, "Hell yeah, someone
The point of no
Made it.
return.
someone yeah, someone
At that point, you
recognized me
just
at that
fucking
point."
bend down and you're just like, "Yeah, it was me."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Fucking
That was actually me shitting at work. Not gonna lie.
The,
if
Can-
someone asks me for an autograph ever, I want to autograph. I want them to pull their pants down. I want to sign their ass,
dude,
like
hell
With
yeah,
shit.
dude.
like their boxers or something.
Brown marker.
Yeah, exactly. I'll start carrying a brown Sharpie everywhere I go.
Ew!
Can you recreate the welcome sound clip you used to put when somebody joined the server? It starts
I
with
might
a
have to listen to
ringtone.
it first. It's like,
Welcome to the Omahamaho
"Sure, sir, while you take a shit, and I have
Yeah.
to fucking."
Like explode explosions in the Wilhelm.
This just
scream.
in, everybody related to this channel has
Oh.
crapped their ass over.
Yeah, it went something like that. I have that fucking clip saved somewhere. I don't know where, but I fucking saved it right away. That shit was funny as hell.
That's another thing I do is commentate on live gaming matches on Twitch, like tournaments and shit, and I bring that whole voice modification crap to the table.
Yeah,
Some people have copied it already, but on other Twitches, but it's cool.
yeah. I think I saw one of the Quake ones. I can't remember if it was Quake 3 though or Champions.
Yeah, it's just another expansion of Omahamaho, but basically it's just broadcasting.
That's like, you know, like again it goes right back to it. It's like all this stuff just built up to this. Like you guys didn't even have to like.
I mean, honestly, it's what I want to do with my life. I would like to get to the point where I'm financially stable enough that I can just focus on all the points, you know, spiraling out of Omahamaho, like we covered earlier, the music, the videos, the gaming, commentary, just everything. My fucking dream is to have a big ass, like, literal studio that I can fly all my favorite people that I would think would contribute most to the channel out, and basically we'd just make our own Adult Swim, but you know, in the style of Omahamaho.
Your own broadcasting station.
Yeah, and just run that, and you know, hand it down from generation and blah blah blah.
You ever
Then-
thought about doing the Adult Swim Thursday night pitch or whatever that is again?
Oh yeah, we've done it. We've
Yeah,
done
we
it
did.
twice.
Oh, I never
Just-
saw the second time. Or was it the second time I saw it, I missed the first time? I don't know.
I can't remember that I did do it twice, and I only got on once, and I only had just like a minute.
Oh,
And
you
they only got to
submitted-
see the very first minutes of the news, which I personally think's funny, but I don't think that was the best thing to show if I only had a minute, because it was literally just like us behind a desk and, you know, suits, just like talking for a minute, and that was it. And if I would have known we had that much time, I would have crammed a lot more shit into that time. And Nick has helped me with that in the past. He's actually motivated me to try to get back on the Adult Swim pitch. He's tried to grab all our top videos and grab just like a couple seconds of each of them and mash them all together. So next time, if I do go on there, then I'll be prepared. Oh yeah.
I think nowadays they have more time too. Cause I've seen a couple. Cause now they have, I think, like Zach Hadel, Psychic Pebbles, like he's on there since he got his show, Smiling Friends. I watch. That's where
That
a lot
one
of
is
my
funny.
comedy. That's where a lot of my comedy comes from, by the way, too. Is like I've always been like really big fans of like Chris O'Neill, Oni and G, Psychic Pebbles, like all those people.
And
you know,
Eddie.
came from Ed and Eddie. I watched the shit out of that show.
YouTube
like-
poops, of course.
Yeah, YouTube poops, YTMND, like way back in the day.
Macro Media videos.
Macro
yeah,
media.
I want the
Holy
strawberry!
shit.
yeah, yeah, dude.
It's
That's
the
where-
Marital Twins.
It's stuff like that that contribute to a lot of the screaming. I think was just like hearing clipped out screams and just like how fucking funny they were.
God, dude. Miss how high pitched you used to scream.
I couldn't do that anymore.
You're like,
Yeah, that's just something a grown man can't do anymore.
but we're still gonna scream nevertheless.
It-
Just
it'll-
might not be
It'll-
as high. And
It'll
we can
sound
always,
fine.
you know, just do this right here.
And then it sounds like like you guys burned out the line or something. It's just like dead silence. Like, oh shit.
What now?
Yeah, it's like when you like cut out like at the end of a pitch. It's like
Oh, it's because I'm using push to talk.
Yeah, I switched to push to talk
Right now,
like
it's
very
on
recently.
Mouse, so I can do this shit with my left.
fucking hand. Hell yeah! Give me a round of applause. All right, shut up. I'm sorry. Shut up. Got a shit and fart.
I kind of want a foot switch for a push to talk button. They probably make that.
I have one, but it started acting really weird with my computer for some reason. It was some
Rip.
like Chinese off-brand thing. It was weird.
I
I'll
could probably
elaborate later.
like convert my M audio pedal sustain pedal to a push to talk or something. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
good with electronics. I just need like a basic USB input.
Yeah, you can get
board.
one for sure.
That's
You
why
can
I'm
get
glad
one
that
that you can basically press any key button on your keyboard with your foot, but it has to replace a button on your keyboard.
Yeah. I will say, like me and Cooper used to live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So like it was a way bigger city, and like after we lived there whenever Radio Shack was starting to become less and less popular and they started closing and stuff.
That
But
sucks.
where we're at right now, it's such like a smaller city that the Radio Shack here is still open.
Oh yeah, dude.
And like just speaking of electronics and shit.
Oh yeah, like
I remember going there
another
and
one that
buying.
closed.
Go ahead.
Oh, another one that is closing down is Fry's, or I think they already closed down for good.
Oh, we never had the pleasure of having a fries here.
Yeah.
But I remember
Same.
every time I would look up something that I would want that's an electronic on the internet, fries would always show up. I remember I really wanted a Quick Cam 9000 when that came out because that's when that was like the most popular camera to use for making Lego animation. But that was like God, like 2001. But even later, I was like trying to look for a like a G29 steering wheel, and fries would always show up. But we never actually had the pleasure of having a physical storefront here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, cause I don't know what happened to Fry's. Like, I don't know if they were always like this general store, like with obvious. You know, they obviously specialized in computers, but they also like look like a Target too, where they had like other stuff that's not computer stuff. And I wonder what happened. Like, well,
Yeah,
actually, no. The internet happened.
Amazon and shit like that.
The internet
Yeah.
happened.
Amazon and eBay and shit. I mean,
Yeah, what am I talking
Yeah.
about?
I remember
It was
one that I,
sucks.
one that I always think of, like when I was a kid, going like when I think of going to stores and shit. I always think about Circuit City, man. That place was cool.
Oh, that was another place. They used to sell
Mhm.
$1 PSP games, dude.
My dad got a pocket PDA from Circuit City, and the last thing I got from Circuit City was Unreal Tournament 2003. It wasn't 2004; it was 2003.
Oh yeah,
The one that
that's
didn't get
the
punched.
first version, right, of that engine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And then,
Unreal Tournament 2004 came out like not soon after that, so like nobody played it. It was like the whole Battlefield Vietnam thing.
Did you guys ever have Comp USA?
No.
no.
Kevin Fringe did. I remember going on their website though.
Compius, I'm gonna look that up. That sounds familiar, unless I'm thinking of
I got
Tiger
my
Direct.
first PC because my dad went on TigerDirect.com. He actually ordered me a PC from the magazine, where you would call on the phone and say, "I want all these parts." Back then, they really weren't that much. I had a black CRT and a black tower, and it was just enough to run, like Medal of Honor and Extreme Paint Brawl 4. Brawl.
Brawl. Oh, CompUSA got absorbed into Tiger Direct.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's what happened to them. And
Oh wow, I didn't know.
I got my first GPU. It was a what was that fucking weird ass interface? It wasn't PCIe.
AGP.
AGP. Yeah, my first video
Yeah,
card was
AGP.
AGP, and I got it from Tiger Direct.
That was mine too, actually. It was the brown port. I remember that.
And it was like I used to like not know what the hell the difference was until like I looked at the motherboard. I'm like, wait, this one, no wonder it doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
dude. After that, AGP never came back. It was VGA.
It became,
Or
yeah,
not
it became
VGA,
irrelevant
PCI, I mean.
or redundant.
Yeah. But damn, those were some good times when we had those, because I remember the first time I was playing on Unreal Tournament 99, and my dad brought me home a updated HGP NVIDIA card, and that was the first time like I've ever saw a game, the same game I've been playing for months, like look 10 times better just because something I changed on my computer. And I was like, holy fuck, dude, this is amazing. And ever since then, I've always been a PC guy. I was just like, this is awesome.
Not to knock on laptop players, but that's one thing they don't understand. Like they're like, oh, I bought this like $1,000 laptop and it's not playing games. It's the surprisingly, it's mostly the
more
GPU that fucking like carries the whole graphics, dude. I mean, it's a graphics card. What, you know, you can't.
Exactly.
They're like, if I
Yeah.
install more RAM, you know, obviously the cheaper route to upgrading. Will it make my game run faster? I'm like, no. Like your laptop already has this thing integrated into it. You'd have to get a new laptop or just get a desktop to be able to upgrade your graphics card.
That's how it was when Quake 3 came out. And that was actually before my time. I'm not gonna lie, but John Carmack was saying that you pretty much can't play Quake 3 unless you have an updated graphics card. You can't just play with a standard computer. And after people started doing that, it was pretty much the standard. Like people started upgrading their shit and was comfortable with it.
Oh, I wasn't part of that circle of people that were like seemingly like overnight they would just like have a new fucking part, dude. Hell no. Fucking PC gaming was expensive back then.
I mean, people still do that nowadays, and they're like, "Oh, I want to get the 460, blah blah blah." Nvidia as soon as it comes out. I still got a 1080. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't really worry about that crap anymore. I'm still really happy with the games I'm playing nowadays, and I really don't feel like a bottleneck to have to upgrade
I mean,
unless I just really want that cinematic feel, which I never really gave a fuck about in the first place.
because like
My
the news.
5700 XT is probably gonna last me a while, although the OpenGL performance on Windows leaves plenty to be desired, and it's almost 100% a driver issue because like the same on Linux, OpenGL works pretty good.
Oh yeah. That's another thing. Yeah, that's like a whole other subject. Cause like I remember when I had like a AMD Athlon with a 650 Ti. Like Counter Strike Go would run better on Linux than it did on Windows, and I never knew why. But it's because Linux just doesn't have all this crap running in the background.
Yeah, it's another reason.
And like I remember like for a good part of that year when I figured that out, I'm like trying to like convince my friends to like, hey, let me install Linux on your thing. It's like, yeah, but I won't be able to play this game. I'm like, all right then.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Steam.
Do you know my first exposure to Linux was? When I was like, God, like 7 years old, my dad got me these RC car monster trucks. And he, hold on, let me swallow this. One of the first things he was doing back then, he got a color printer for the first time, and he had these color stickers. And we made these flags to put on the monster trucks while they raced. And for some reason, his truck had the Linux penguin on it on the flag.
What the fuck?
And like, I always wondered what the fuck that was until I got older, and then I was like, that's the fucking Linux penguin. I don't know what happened to that RC car. It's probably in the dump nowadays, but yeah.
Yeah. There was a time where like before I knew about like what Linux was, I was like, that penguin was kind of like in random places. They even ported the Tux games, and I'd be like, oh look, it's that penguin from that game.
Do you remember the model of him with the Quake 3 helmet and rocket launcher?
Yeah, that one too.
That was classic.
I gotta look that up. I don't think I've seen that before.
Oh, dude, that's a classic architecture.
It's just, I don't know, it's weird. Like as a when that's like your first exposure to like the Linux mascot, I guess. It's
I
like
guess
I
I think
don't
that
know.
existed because that's what most people. That's what their choice was for a server back then was Linux.
Yeah, right.
But I might be wrong. I don't even know. But I know it's was popular for servers.
It also, like, if it's running Apache in the background, it's most likely a Linux server for websites.
Yeah,
That's just a dead giveaway.
The power of Linux.
Brother.
But you know, like if you're trying to like play games that like natively work on Linux, and that's all the only game you care about, I still recommend people switch to Linux just for that game.
And hopefully Proton will take care of most of the rest. I
I
don't
want to
know.
like do some LGR shit and just get all the appropriate hardware, just so I don't have to fuck with emulators and all that crap.
Oh Jesus, dude, LGR is like one of my favorite like retro hardware.
He's the only
YouTubers.
YouTuber that's like not annoying to listen to talk.
No, actually, he stays on point. I think that's why he's good at what he does. He doesn't like sidetrack like other channels do that attempt to cover the same topic.
Exactly.
And then the way he
Yeah, I
goes about
watch him
it.
occasionally.
Yeah. I guess we got another 10 minutes. You guys want to give out any shout outs?
I gotta think about this one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, first of all, I read that's on our Discord.
Yeah.
Cannibal for setting this up. Josh for being the co-partner of Omahamaho. Pluto for joining us.
Thank you.
All the Omahamans in the Discord. All the Omahama Knights. All
Shout
the
out to
purple and the
Spike
red
for listening.
pink dudes. Yeah, Spike has been with us. With us.
Yeah, I just saw.
Weasel.
Thanks, Mike.
Fucking yeah, dude. Hans Jerkoff. He recently did an interview with us as well. Of course, Greekus. He's always gaming with us.
Razor 440 and
On
Marvin
Mutual.
Pontiac.
Yeah, Razor 440, who made the Momobutu Midtown Madness mod.
Nil. Who else? Epic Gamer Vor, but he doesn't really post
There's
anymore.
so many fucking people.
Yeah,
I
he
know I'm
hasn't
forgetting
been
somebody.
active recently,
Fucking
unfortunately.
Tabasco sauce boss.
Oh yeah, he's got a
like-
really popular YouTube channel, and he collabed with us. And which one was that?
It was one of the newses. I think it was the second one. But I think that was probably like the first person that we actually like communicated with regularly that was also a content creator, and we actually like made something together, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, dude, we're still open for doing shit like that too.
D-Man, Clay, Bert Phase, aka Magical
Yeah,
Man from
Clay,
Mars.
who's him and Spike support the server.
Chernoller, aka
Fucking
Mick
Tim and
Mangles.
Eric. We can't say Tim and Eric haven't influenced me and Josh because
Oh yeah.
they've been a backbone of a lot of our humor in the past, as you probably know. We grew up watching that shit. We try not to recreate it as much as possible, but try to continue some way in our own footsteps. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean it's like, they paved the pathway for, like, as far as like Adult Swim's concerned, for like, and this is my own opinion, but like Eric Andre and like the Loiter Squad and like people who just do bit
Yeah,
comedy.
dude. And PRRR, dude.
Oh yeah,
Xavier.
PFFR or whatever, the people who
They were a
did
big, they're a
Xavier,
giant influence.
they did Wonder Chosen.
And like I said, Tim Wright and Cold Storage.
Yeah, as far as musical influences and shit. It'd be
Shout out
way
to
too many for me
Wormhole.
Yeah, Wormhole.
Oh, I
Shout out
keep
to
forgetting. Sorry.
Shout out to Justin for
Yeah, dude. the actual real life Justin.
I keep forgetting to mention every time you say cold storage, and then you also mentioned Wipeout. Mr. Grimm has the Signasis logo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always inspired
Had
me
that for
in
a
many
long time,
ways.
And then
Just in music and everything. It's just good shit.
and for anybody that doesn't know who Signasis is, they're an old school developer. I don't know, are they're defunct or are they like just rebranded into something else?
They eventually formed with Sony Computer Entertainment at one point, I think, when Wipeout Pure came out. No, they were Sony Liverpool, and then
Oh, yeah, there
I
you
think
go.
after that they disbanded. Unfortunately, after the PSP games, I can't remember exactly, but it was something like that.
Yeah, and they
But
made
it was Liverpool.
Yeah, they shut down Liverpool in 2012.
That's a shame.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, shout to Greasy Dean from Grease Tapes,
Yeah.
Beach Teats, Noah Fuller.
Marv.
Greasy Dean is Austin Dean. God, I'm gonna fucking forget.
Shout out to Gavin.
This was from Gavin. Pretty much anybody that's developed any game that we've streamed.
Yeah, Camelot for sure. We streamed the fuck out of Mario Golf.
Well, the only shoutouts I want to give is to everybody at Omahamaho, and then especially Plutonio for he basically set this date up somehow. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Very welcome, man. I
Ex-
He
appreciate
made
it.
the heads meet, brother.
yeah. If it wasn't
Thank you,
for
Pluto.
Plutonio going like, hey, these guys play retro shooters, you wanna join them? And I went okay,
Oh
And then-
yeah.
and it's
Glad
just
I'm glad you checked out their YouTube content. and
Pluto
enjoyed
was
them
one of the
as
first
well,
Purple Boys.
definitely.
the
Yeah.
Purple Boys. That's the official name now. The Purple Boys. Yeah.
Atreides, he's also in my Discord. Avid Quake player.
Oh hell yeah,
Admin in his
dude.
own server.
If you play Quake, like not as like a seasonal thing where it's like, oh, it's Quake's birthday. If you play Quake regular, you're like on my cool book automatically.
I'm about to play in a tournament in a couple weeks. Hopefully, you guys can tune in and watch. This is gonna be one of the first times I've played instead of commentated in a long time. I'm gonna also be commentating, but while I'm not playing, so we'll see how it goes.
Quake
KGB is
Live
gonna
or
be
Quake
playing, so
3?
that should be pulling some dudes.
Who's hosting the tournament? Tasty
It's
Split.
gonna be KGB and what's the whole league called? Just QuakeCTF.com.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's probably for Quake 3. I'm
MRZ,
assuming.
Dutra. This is gonna be for Quake Live, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, you still call it Quake 3.
Yeah, it
That's
basically is Quake 3.
yeah.
You're pretty much
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's why I keep calling it Quake 3, even though it's live. Live is the not the modern one. It's just the one that's kept up to date or something. I don't know.
It's just basically Quake 3 with everything you need to get started, but it's harder to like mod
Yeah.
into like the really deep sectors of Quake that other people play.
Do you remember
People
when you
make
just
packages
launched
for
it
that,
from,
but they're not on Steam.
Do you remember when you just like used to be able to launch it from like a browser? You just like go to
Yeah,
quakelive.com
I remember that shit.
before it was on Steam and
It was on beta, and then if you played it that way and you had an account at that time, you got it for free on Steam. Because I think you got to buy Quake Live now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like $9, I think.
It's a premium.
Yeah, I probably would have made an account if I knew that was gonna happen.
I play it every day, so it's worth it, but I don't know if it is for everybody else.
I got it for like
That's
$2
good.
on sale or something. I don't know. No, next time it goes on sale, it should be like pretty cheap.
Also, one of the things I'm recently playing is iRacing. I just got into that. It's fucking fun.
iRacing?
Yeah, iRacing, but that's another game it's really hard to get friends to join, like a tight niche game.
What kind of game is it? Sounds like a.
Oh, it's just like a
Racing simulation.
sim racing game.
Oh yeah, I thought so. And it has like
Or
realistic.
like you can't wreck or anything. It's just then there's Wreckfest and games like that that are fucking fun. I don't know. What are you guys playing nowadays?
Quake World.
Oh, I still have that. I got it on my task bar right now.
Yeah, like for multiplayer games, I only play at the moment. I'm on call. I'm not
Yeah,
actively
I just been
like.
playing FFA
Yeah.
on that game. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm not actively like getting on a server. Like if somebody goes like, "Hey, we're gonna play," I'll be like, "Yeah, okay," and then I just join. But other than that, I'm just playing single player games from GOG.
Nice.
Yeah, like right now, oh, I just finished Pillars of Eternity 2 because I got stuck on a at the end of the quest where I wasn't sure what the hell's going on, but I finally got around to it. And then I'm doing Neverwinter Nights 2 again.
Oh, nice, dude. I love
Yeah.
Neverwinter
That's
Nights.
a classic. I remember seeing that on G4 TV, like footage of that, but I never played it.
I've got Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, the
That
enhanced
game too.
editions
Then the
on
enhanced
my
ones.
phone.
Oh yeah, I have them too on my phone. I was like, cause when I heard about enhanced edition, I thought it was like a mobile exclusive. Then I find it on GOG.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love all those like RTS, like what was I playing? I mean, I bought the new Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't really been playing it much. Played the shit out of Divinity. Um, yeah, Divinity Original Sin 2 is really, really. It takes a long time. It takes commitment though. Like your first few playthroughs, and it's super hard. Like you can easily soft lock yourself at just like basically like skill checks.
Cause like I have like a strong bias for like Obsidian games. Like that's why like if you notice like Pillars of Eternity and then Neverwinter Nights 2 are Obsidian games. And I'm also I'm getting ready to play Fallout New Vegas for like the 1 trillionth time, just to get
Yeah.
3,000 hours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love the Fallout games too.
Yeah, the classic ones have like the best, more concise lore, but the 3D ones are just slightly more fun.
Yeah, they are definitely games you can play, and especially like if you've got them on a computer, obviously you can just download the metric shit ton of mods, just like enhancing the game, making it harder. Anything you can pretty much think of, you can probably get a mod of it nowadays.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of new animations for New Vegas and stuff, so that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. I'm surprised people like in 2021, there's still like mods being made for it. Hmm. What about you, Plutonia? Still playing Beatmania?
I don't know, not much.
Yeah, I only play it at the. They recently opened the round one, like a new location in my city, so I've been playing it there.
I wish we had a
Oh,
round
you were
one.
lucky.
What
The
arcades
thing
do you
is,
guys have?
the nearest round one to me is in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is a 2 to 3 hour drive, like 2 hour 45 minutes. I go there for group trips sometimes, like last week actually.
Yeah.
I tried Waka for the first time and it's really good.
No wait. Which is the one that looks like a laundry machine? Is it that one?
Well, okay, my was
Oh,
the
oh.
original one that looks like a washing machine.
Okay.
But then Waka basically took that and sort of combined it with Chew Nidim. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a touch ring around a circular screen, and that's how you play the game for
Um,
Waka. I mean,
yeah, because
Oh
I know
yeah.
DJ Max Sonic has a similar looking interface for that on PS Vita.
The one you're talking about, Pluto, is that like Pop the Lock? Are you familiar with that game?
Pop the log.
uh,
Pop
I
the
don't think
Lock?
no.
No.
Well, I might have to look it up.
I don't know. I kind of zoned in and out of that conversation. But
It's rhythm games.
yeah.
Pop the lock
Yeah,
sounds like those ticket games at Dave and Buster's.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
redemption
yeah.
game.
Oh, okay.
Waka's a
Oh,
rhythm game.
a redemption game. I call them ticket games. um,
Same thing.
yeah, it's the same. It's the same purpose. Um, I guess we could call it a night, and I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the show. And then
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
having me.
having me, man.
oh yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate everything.
It's a pleasure. It's a
Eh,
pleasure being on. Thanks for having us.
No problem.
Hopefully there'll be another one in the future.
You know what? I'm just gonna spoil it right now. Fuck it. You know, and this is a special
Uh-oh.
episode. Yeah, 'cause like we got like the person that we got Plutonio, who, okay. So we don't repeat ourselves. Yeah. So we got Plutonio, we got Mr. Grimm and Bubonic right here. All the special guys from Omahamaho, and then we got Spike El Succo, also from
Yeah,
a purple guy.
The Purple
Greek
Boys.
is a purple guy as well, and he just joined the server here. Yeah, again, thanks for having us.
Yeah, and then a further shout out, it goes to, I don't know, I had somebody in mind. Um, but anyway, yeah, like one thing I'm planning to do is like start an open talk. I don't know if I would call it a spin-off, where I basically present a game, like let's say for example, Quake, and then just break it down, and then like or compare it to like Unreal Tournament and break those two games down, and then get a bunch of people's opinions. And then that would
Hell
also that would also like give me a chance to like re-invite a few people, because like my hosting skills are like this is my third episode, so I hope I'm getting better at doing this. I'm just doing it because like I've always wanted to like just fucking host a podcast for just for the fun of it. And
Shit, dude, I thought we were on the actual radio
imagine that'd
from
be
the
cool.
quality. No, dude, you're doing great.
Yeah, thanks. And then and then I basically want to start doing that once like I get my current lineup like over with. And I'm not saying it like as in like, oh, I just want to like get this over with, but I want to have all these people here, and then once it becomes a regular thing, and then I built up an audience, I want to start doing that where we get like it's like an in circle thing, it's like it's where everybody already knows each other, but that way
Oh,
everybody gets
yeah.
to like
Yeah,
share
dude, it'd be like
opinions
some
and
old
shit.
G4 TV shows, like Tech TV and shit.
Yeah.
Like you'd go between each like groups of people talking at a time that would talk about like tech or games or crap like that. It would just go back and forth.
Yeah, and then just do that because it's like it's gonna be already like everyone's gonna be familiar with each other, and then that way all the opinions it's like you already understand how this person is from maybe already hearing them on a different episode, and then that way it's like you familiarize yourself with the community, and then it also gives a chance for people to like put in shout outs and stuff, or like bring attention to like other stuff,
Yeah, dude.
and
Just give us a ring. We'll be there.
yeah. So thanks for
I know it's
coming
late for
on.
you, man. Fuck.
Well,
Is it like 3 a.m. there?
no, it's 10:39 p.m. on it like
Oh, we're ahead of you.
Yeah,
Fuck, I got
yeah.
that backwards. I'm stupid.
Wait, where?
Yeah,
you
it's
at right now?
1:39
Yeah, it's
where I
only
am.
12:30 here, so that's no big deal.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were 2 ahead of us. I
No,
fucking got
I'm in the West
stupid.
Coast.
Well, fuck yeah, then never mind.
No, I just wanted to get some gaming done too, so it's like, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I might hop up some Quake Live here in a second. I don't know.
If you guys do some games right now, I'll join.
Yeah? What are you playing?
Well, I was gonna go back to like trying to fix my load order for Fallout New Vegas because it's been crashing all morning. But then I had to go drive people around, so I was like away from home for like
Do you
most
have
of
it
the
on
day.
Steam?
Oh, on Steam? No, let me get you my contact info. How do you add people on Steam? Oh, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna say it out loud so anybody that's listening. My friend code on Steam is 389777645. If you want to play a game that's on my library, just hit me up. And then let me post it on voice text. And there it is.
Alright, here's a link to mine. Where should I post it?
You can post it in voice text, so it's easier for the current people to get it.
There you go.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need your code because I think they removed that add friend button on the website.
Damn, really?
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm logged off.
I don't even know how to find that, to be honest.
Hey,
I've been on here since 04.
yeah, open up your friends list on Steam and then click the plus button, and it should open the your profile where you can put the code and stuff.
Alright, there it is.
Oh, cool. All right.
254459292.
And that was Grimm's friend code.
Oh yeah.
And then see Oh wait, I'll let Plutonio say his publicly if you want.
813-728-34.
That's not his phone
So-
number, by the way.
It's in the voice text chat.
Hell yeah.
Not sure why they you add a friend list, add a friend button to the from the site.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, I'll if you guys are gonna play some games right now, let's do something. And then thanks for stopping by.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. I'm gonna take a break from the screen for a second, but I'll be back on momentarily.
Yeah. If you haven't blinked,
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, if you guys haven't blinked since we started this, go for it.
Yeah. I'll be back in a few, dude.
I've just
Alright.
been taking contact solution and like squirting it in my eyes periodically.
You have the those things they use for what do you call it? The crazy doctors use to keep your eyelids open, and you just been squirting the thing in there.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just, like,
Easy squirtsies.
easy squirts.
Easy squirts.
Leaky Bernies.